Duisburg is the largest steel production site in Europe. Our iron and steel mill is like a giant machine. We produce flat carbon steel here around the clock, 365 days a year. This requires iron ore, coal and other raw materials delivered by ship or rail. The coal first enters the coking plant and is baked at a high temperature for 25 hours. The resulting coke is cooled down with water until it is hard and porous, just right for the blast furnace. In the sintering plant, fine iron ore is prepared for further processing in the blast furnace. Extremely hot air is used to cake the iron ore into coarse lumps in the sintering process. Now the smelting can begin. Iron ore, coke and additives are continuously filled into the blast furnace from above, up to 25,000 tons of material per day. Hot air at 1,250 degrees Celsius is blown in from below. This leads to complex reactions at high temperatures. The oxygen is removed and the ore is reduced. As they melt, the various components move steadily downwards, resulting in molten pig iron and slag. In the tapping process, the finished pig iron and slag are discharged from the blast furnace every 2 to 3 hours at a temperature of 1,500 degrees Celsius. The actual steel is produced in the melt shop. To make flexible, forgeable steel from the brittle pig iron, the amount of carbon must be reduced. This is done in the converter. Steel scrap is mixed into the molten pig iron. This environmentally friendly process is used for cooling. Oxygen is then blown in, which reduces the amount of carbon and results in crude steel. Not all steel is the same. Secondary metallurgy allows the chemical composition of the molten steel to be controlled with great precision. The steel is boiled with small amounts of chromium, molybdenum or other additives to form an alloy. This process is used to produce some 2,500 different grades of steel. And every year, we develop new materials and research different applications for steel. How is sheet formed from molten steel? There are two options: the casting rolling line and the continuous caster. In the casting rolling line, the steel is cast into a thin strand that can be rolled directly to strip. The steel strip is wound into a coil that weighs up to 45 tons. The continuous caster produces thick slabs. These are massive blocks of steel that can be subsequently rolled into sheet and plate in the hot strip mill. The plate mill transforms the slabs into steel plates with a thickness of up to 18 centimeters. These heavy plates are used for large cranes and other heavy-duty machinery. The hot strip mill produces thinner steel. A red-hot steel strand is reduced to a thickness of a few millimeters by powerful rollers. At the end of the nearly 500-meter-long production line, the steel strip is wound into a coil and can be sold as hot strip. The cold rolling mill is where even thinner materials are produced. Before processing, the scale is removed from the steel strip in a pickling line. Afterwards, the steel strip is rolled down to thicknesses of less than 1 millimeter. Precisely defined mechanical properties are achieved by special rolling processes, along with selective heating and cooling of the steel. Hot dip galvanizing protects against rust. This is especially helpful for car manufacturers. In the hot dip coating line, the steel strip is heated and dipped into a bath of liquid zinc. The protective zinc permanently bonds to the surface of the steel. Other finishes can be applied to the steel in the coil coating line. Paint, films and other coatings ensure that the sheets can be processed immediately into finished products. For example, for building facade construction or the household appliance industry. Heavy plate, hot rolled and cold rolled strip, uncoated, coated, hot dip and coil-coated, we supply a wide range of steel products. Working together with our customers, we develop innovative solutions for their business needs. Other plant sites are supplied with starting material, for example to manufacture packaging steel for beverage cans or special strip for electric vehicles. Our steel is shipped from Duisburg to destinations all over the world. Steel accompanies our life, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.